Hey everybody!
Hey.
How's it going? Oh, I forget you can't reply. Let me know how it's going in the comments. Say hello. Let us know where you are, what you've been up to today. It's really weird, obviously, being like kind of half on lockdown, not seeing people, so let's hear from you.
It's weird hearing about the school run as well. I feel like people haven't been doing anything for ages.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Everything feels like it suddenly kick-started today, which is quite nice. Um, hey Heather, if you guys can click on the little link that I put in the on the post in the group, it allows me to see who you are in your comments. Hey Holly, hey Lindsay, hey everybody. Oh, this is so nice to see you all. Hey Anya, hi. Oh, it's all the girls. um, so, little sort of reintroduction to us. I think you'll. Hey, Adam.
Hey.
I think you all know who we are, but we're Anna and Todd from Anna Puma Photography and Kick-Ass Photographers.
That's Anna and I'm Todd.
Thank you. Hey, Nicola. Let us know where you guys are all coming from, by the way. Where are you all in the world? Hey, Lloyd. Hey, Paul. Hey, Kathy. Oh, you guys all made it. Fantastic. Yeah, so we have been shooting weddings for 7 or 8 years, together for the past 1.5 years. And I started Kick-Ass Photographers several years ago because I did kind of copywriting and things like that for photographers. And I started doing website reviews a few years ago as well. And Todd joined me 2 years ago. So we've done a couple hundred on our own, well, together, haven't we?
Yeah.
I've done a
It's
few
been
hundred
great.
all together myself. Hey, Justin. And yeah, over those like 300 plus reviews that we've done, we've seen a lot of things. We've learned a lot of things, and we've seen the same kind of things come up over and over again. And it's been super useful to a lot of people. I can show you actually. We have here. I can put my face into it. There we are. We've got some lovely words from people. Um, yeah, it's just some beautiful testimonials from people from the website reviews and how much of a difference it's made to their business. Sometimes it's like you know what you're doing, and it's just you kind of miss the really obvious things. And I do as well. Todd sees it in my website. He's like, "You haven't done this." Like, oh, so it's really really easy to miss things, and that's where we come in. So we see the things you might miss. We talk about things you may not have even thought about. Oh, there's our website there.
Are we
Um,
going to see something about your website that's wrong right now?
yeah, I don't. And we use what we've learned throughout our wedding photography career and throughout doing all these website reviews to help you make a better website, one that will get people to that contact form and get them loving you as well, because that's the main thing. We don't just want like loads of rubbish inquiries. You want ones that where the couple's like, or the client is like, oh, we absolutely love this person. So that's what we want for you.
You want disciples, not just clients.
Exactly. So we've got some links in here from you guys. Hey
Thanks,
Louisa.
brave people.
Hey Alexandria. Birmingham, excellent. She likes the pictures in the background. Yeah, sort of random dressed up animals. Hey Laurie. Oh, you've got changes to your site. Excellent. Oh, hey Lou. We've got all these great links. Right, I'm gonna go into the group and click on these links because I don't think I can click on them through here. So I am using a thing called Ecamm Live, and it's my first time using it. So
Well, hey, there we are on a delay.
yeah, oh, we can see ourselves. Excellent. Right, I'm just going to go to your comments and click on your links. It's not showing me all the comments for some reason. Oh, Facebook, there's always something, isn't there? Right, so I've got Lindsay, Linz. Which one do you prefer? Oh, there's loads more people here. Paloma, hey, Edwine. Is that how you say it? Or is it just Edwin? I think it's Edwin, isn't it? I remember you saying before. Hey, Nicola. Oh, please be gentle. It's okay. Right, so, Linz, I'm going to share the wrong screen, apparently. Here we are. So, excellent. We have got a very colourful website. So I love this. My first impression is that I love this photo we're shown. It's really colourful. It's really happy. It's vibrant, and I get really good vibes from it.
This is colour, isn't it? Like straight away the first impression that jumps out at you.
Exactly. It's a really good one. I love that we can see their faces, their happy faces, got a lot of good expressions. I would say though, I feel like it's slightly at odds with the logo. So the logo, actually, I don't know why, but makes me think of like a university or a college. I don't know if it's just me. But I feel like that vibrant colour and the fun that we're getting from that first photo, it would be great if that could be matched in your branding. Your menu is all good. It all makes sense. You've got a contact button, which is great. I don't know how to get to the next photo, so I have to click and drag. So that's not obvious. So you definitely want to put an arrow there so people can get through that slideshow.
Yeah, with stuff like that, you've always got to make sure everyone is going to just grasp what they have to do. So if your gran wouldn't understand it, make sure she would.
Yeah, exactly. Talking of grans, that's a fabulous photo. So far, curation's on point. This is really nice. It's kind of a little, I mean, I love the happy face here. That's really great. It's quite close up, so there's not much context there. I loved the other two. I love this one. See, I like your sort of like scene photos. I feel like setting the scene is really important.
Those colours are still really jumping out from there. I love colourful photos.
I'm getting so much colour from you. It's amazing. So much colour and happiness. So it was kind of that one photo that actually didn't fit in. Otherwise, it's a really strong curation you've got here.
As a photographer, I noticed the confetti run back there and how much confetti there was.
Yeah.
You know, it's always lame when you do a confetti run and you get like 6 pieces of confetti and you end up wanting to Photoshop them all in.
Yeah. Damn good confetti photo. Oh, we've got some arrows here, so that didn't show on my laptop, so maybe some big arrows there. Again, this kind of colour, this sort of a sage colour. I expected bolder colours based on your photos. So we've got big smiles, having fun. So I kind of want more confidence from you with these things like colour and fonts and things like that. The fonts here are not particularly exciting for me, and I'm getting quite an exciting vibe from the photos.
I love that slogan though. That header just immediately says what you're all about.
The only thing is it doesn't say wedding anywhere. It says it here, but actually, I don't know, maybe it could say wedding photography somewhere in here. Dog loving, red wine drinking, great. We get a really good vibe from you. I really want to see a picture of your face right here. It's just text. It's not as interesting when it's just text. We want to see a photo of you. We want to connect with you as a person.
Yeah, so if anyone watching hasn't got their pets, like dogs and cats, on their website, get it on there now.
Yeah.
It always goes down well.
Definitely. Paloma's just said, very important, can we see the fur babies, please? Where are they? They seem to be snoozing.
They're asleep.
We'll grab them.
It's the middle of the afternoon, so they're asleep.
And a link here would be really good to your About Me page. It's just begging for a link to your About Me page to find out more about you. We've kind of had this sort of slogan already, so maybe a testimonial would be really good here instead of another slogan.
Yeah, I find sometimes the temptation is to kind of sling in a few different slogans and things that sum you up, but it can be a little bit too much if you add them all over the page.
Yeah. Here, I like that you've done why we might be the perfect match, but it doesn't say why you're the perfect match from their point of view, from their side. You like having fun. You like these things. What about them? Like, you like having fun. Like, you could say, I love having fun and so do you. Or I laugh a lot and you love to chat with people. Or, I love people and you want someone who's friendly at your wedding. So bring it back to them all the time. So I have a thing where I kind of ask myself, who cares? Like, I love having fun. Who cares? Why do they care that I love having fun? Because it means that I'll enjoy myself at your wedding, and I'll have a better time. And when I'm relaxed and having fun, I take better photos and I feel more at ease. And when I feel more at ease, everyone else feels more at ease. And so you just always bring it back to what they can benefit from it. So more links. I mean, we don't really have any links. Apart from these sort of individual blog posts, we don't have any links. So I would have liked, an about page link, maybe a portfolio link. And the homepage gets quite long at this point, yeah. So we've got links here. They're just not very obvious because the words are quite small, text is small. But overall, yeah, I really want to see more branding that's punchy, a photo of you, and better better calls to action in there. So there's our big faces again. Cool. So who have we got next? We have got, oh wow, so many comments, you guys. Wow. So we've got Charlene, love gets sweeter. So let's have a look. We have a videographer. Excellent. You guys can see that? Yes. Brilliant. So Charlene, right. I like that you've got this video auto playing because it's immediate that you do videos.
It's always a tough thing when you're a videographer to balance. If you use stills to kind of preview your work, is that going to convey what it's like to actually get your video?
Yeah, it's difficult. And I love the sort of, I really like this highlight reel you've got going on. It does convey it really well. Conveys your style. It's all really fast paced. I would say I'm coming to this website knowing that it's a wedding video or photographer. So if I didn't know, then I wouldn't be sure. So I want it to say, perhaps in the logo up here somewhere, wedding videography. Just because it could be wedding dresses, it could be venues or something like that, because it's called Love Gets Sweeter, so it's not called, Love Gets Sweeter weddingvideos.com or anything like that. So I think it could be a little clearer. This logo's really sweet though with the birds. About me, weddings, portfolio pricing. Cool, so that's all nice and clear. Personally, I'm not a massive fan of the colour of the strip at the top. I feel like something more, I don't know, maybe feminine is what I'm thinking, because it's called Love Gets Sweeter. What do you think?
I'm good
you
with
quite
the blue.
like it, yeah.
I quite like it so far. Let's see where
Let's have a scroll down. Cool, so we've got the kind of blue all around. I feel like the masses of text and the colours and the fonts all look a little bit corporate. So I'd love to see a fun font, because it says here you're natural and fun. And so we've got a good vibe coming from the words you use. And I want to see that in the branding. And that's not just a logo, that's, your fonts that you choose, everything like that, all the flashes of colour. So we've got kind of a beige colour here. I wonder if it would work nicely if you had a couple of more brave colours and brave fonts in there.
It's so important to choose those big bolded out words well, because a lot of people will just literally look at that bit. So you want to make sure it's on point.
So we've got quite a lot of text here. We've got kind of I think if this heading was in a different font, it might make it stand out a bit more, and we'd maybe be able to skim it all a bit more. At the moment, it's all kind of the same font and it sort of blends in. Cool. So imagine having a... Great. So yeah, you really hit home with the whole don't feel like you're being filmed thing, which is really, really good. And you can relate with the why I got married. So I'd like a little I'm Charlene, because we don't actually know your name at this point. It doesn't say your name. So definitely we see that a lot as well with people who don't use their own name in their business. We see it a lot where they forget to actually say, hey, I'm so and so. So maybe a nice picture of you again here would be nice. And just an introduction to you and just a little bit about you and a button to the about page.
Yeah, a picture of you super early on is such a great shout, because people are going to instantly form an impression of you.
I don't want you to think I'm being rude. I don't know if you're looking at my face, but I'm reading the comments down here on my phone. I hope you don't think I'm being rude and just looking on my phone.
Looks like she's playing Words with Friends, actually.
My mum's beating me. Here we are. Excellent. We've got a really nice photo of you. I'd
be tempted to move this section closer to the top.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it looks really good.
Yeah, it's really nice. The photo looks a little bit blurry, actually. I don't know if it's a low-res upload or something, but I wonder if it could be made sharper. But I really like this. We've got a really good intro to you. We've got a small sort of in the text link to your about page. I'd like to see a nice big on-brand button. And I don't know if what this bird is, but I'd like to see him more often as well. You could use him in the button, perhaps. Great, we've got testimonials. That looks like an image. Yeah, that's an image. So I would try to put that into the website as text, not as an image. I don't think Google likes text being put into an image like that. It means it's harder to edit as well for you, and it's more user-friendly when it's text. Like when you're on mobile and stuff, an image will just go really, really tiny. and hard to read. So more photos. I want to see photos. I know you're a videographer, but just seeing pictures of happy couples would be really, really good here. And your links, we've got portfolio, reviews. I kind of want to see links to, oh, here we are, weddings. Okay, it's quite nicely laid out, but actually the text overlaps quite a lot, and there's an awful lot of text below it as well. So I would kind of, oh, I've clicked on it by mistake. I would see if I can tidy that up. Like make it so we can see the picture on the top better. I think less text below. Maybe just put the name of the venue or whatever below it. And I would prefer it if it played within the page, so I can just quickly have a little look without having to go in and out of each of them. We've got your badges, which is great. Cool, yeah. So I think I want to see a bit more sort of, yeah, you up top, and a bit more sort of user friendliness in the sort of in the technical way, actually, which I don't normally say, but I feel like, yeah, more user friendliness, more sort of make it easier for us to click things and see things. But yeah, I love that you've got this video up the top here. Oh, just quickly, I'll also say that I think, I don't know if that's an image as well, Love Gets Sweeter, but if we can have that in a more sort of punchy font as well, just to grab you and bring the lines closer to each other, because it's quite big over the screen at the moment. Do you agree? I hope that helps, Charlene. Let's come back to our faces. So, who do we have next? We've got Justin on here. Let's see. It's annoying because the Facebook, where I get your links from, isn't showing all of them on my desktop, annoyingly. So I'm going to type it in. We're really high tech here.
Old school. When was the last time anyone typed a link in?
I know, like literally never. I'll work it out. Got Justin Jasmine's photo.com. So, cool name, Justin Cerule Jasmines. Is it going to work? Okay, excellent. Here we are. So hopefully you can see that. So Justin says, you can be as honest as possible. Would love to hear your thoughts and first impression. Great. I love it when people say we can be honest as possible.
Amazing landscape.
That's gorgeous.
That's the first impression for me.
So
what a stunning place.
Yeah, definitely. So Southern Ontario. So that's definitely nice and clear where you are.
It's so important to pick that first image that comes up because that is 90% of the first impression on a photography site.
Yeah.
So pick something that kind of is linked to your brand and brings the kind of same emotions out.
Absolutely. I think there's a nice connection between the couple here. They look quite relaxed. I get a good vibe from this, so that's great. I wouldn't mind a slideshow. I do love a slideshow. Just get a quick idea of someone's work before having to delve into the website. And we always say faces, emotions, happiness, especially for a wedding.
So my first question on this one is, are you wedding photography or portraits?
Yeah, it's not clear at all.
Because I can't tell from their outfit if it's a wedding. I'm guessing not, because it looks like he's wearing jeans.
Yeah.
And it doesn't say in the heading 1 text if it's weddings or not. So that might be something to think about.
Yeah, actually, it doesn't even say here.
Now I see it, like experienced wedding photographer, but we did have to scroll down.
But that's the only bit it says. You're a wedding photographer, but does that mean it's for weddings? So yeah, she's not in a wedding dress. They're not in wedding gear. It doesn't say weddings up here. It just says timeless, elegant photography. It doesn't. And for romantic couples, but that could be any kind of couple. Doesn't say that you do it for weddings. So I feel like people are looking for wedding photographers more than they're looking for portrait couples photography. So I'd love that to be clearer. As for the logo, it doesn't tell me much about your brand just yet. If you're still watching, pop a message in the comments and let us know what your ideal client is. I'd love to know what kind of people you love to work with.
It's got a kind of classic wedding feel, I think, because of the black and white and the choice of fonts. So that's cool, but it just doesn't really give us anything beyond that.
Yeah, and I also feel like this text that we're reading here is a little bit encompassing everything. We've got timeless, elegant, fun, romantic. The first thing you talk about is the fact that you're experienced, which for me, I'd be like, I don't care if they're experienced. I just want to know they can take a really good photo and that I like them. And you list all the places you cover before really reeling us in into why we should be excited about you. You pride yourself on being fun and upbeat and creative. It's one of those difficult things where instead of saying I do fun photography, I do creative photography, show us that in the photos. I want to see that creativity. If creative is like one of the first things you tell us about yourself and your photography, I want a really super creative photo to be up the top.
I'm not quite sure the fun and upbeat matches up with the timeless elegant for me as well.
That's what I mean. It's kind of all encompassing, isn't it? It says a lot of different things just to almost cover you for anyone who might come. So actually, I wonder if you've got an ideal client profile really, because when you've got a really solid ideal client profile, you know exactly the words to say. And people who are fun may not want elegant. People who are romantic may not want timeless. You know, it's kind of, there's a lot of descriptive words and they're kind of covering all the bases. So maybe you want elegant, romantic, beautiful, calm, serene, those sort of photos. I'm looking at this photo and feeling those things. I'm not getting fun, upbeat, creative from that. So think about, like, really narrow down the ideal client and your style.
And maybe pick 2 of those words that you think sums you up best.
Yeah, I think also the fact that you talk about you have extensive background in working with natural and artificial light, that doesn't get me excited. As a couple, as someone getting married, I'm not like, yay, my photographer understands light. I would think actually that's kind of should be a given. And I want someone, that was an engagement shoot, he says, wedding photography he does, so definitely make it clearer that you do wedding photography. I just want something exciting to reel me in, like, hey, I'm Justin, I live in this place and I love doing this. You're looking for a wedding photographer who is like this. You know, I love working with light to create creative photos. Just like, yeah, make us feel excited for your work and make us want to see more. I like you got a get to know me button. That's good. It does say page ID, so it makes me wonder if it's not a one pager. It doesn't have like / about or anything like that. It's just got a sort of ugly URL. So definitely fix up the URLs. Hey, there's your face. I like seeing people's faces.
Nice smiling photo.
Yeah. So definitely think about your URLs. And also, I've just noticed you doesn't seem to have SSL, which is really important right now. So about me, I'd rather see a picture of your face, preferably with a camera to be super short as you. Gallery, again, this is an engagement client. So, I mean, you've got wedding photos in here. So I was about to say maybe you haven't shot a wedding. You have. So I'd say gallery, I would expect to be taken to wedding photos at that point. Cool, so you've got all the bases covered here. I feel like branding-wise, I'm not really getting much. So I think, honestly, the main thing for you is really think about your ideal client. Exactly who is that person? One person, give them a name, give them an age, a job, everything, what they love, what they value. And think about your style. Really nail down your style. What do you love doing? And go from there.
And it'd be cool to make this top image a slideshow as well. So we can slide through, half a dozen of your best shots.
Yeah, absolutely. I love a slideshow.
You want to, on your homepage, make sure there's loads of great photos on there. So if people don't go anywhere else, they're already going to be convinced of you.
Yeah. So I'm going to pop back to our faces. Hey, I hope that was helpful for you. Next up on my list, we have Louisa. Now, is that llphotography.co.uk? Because like a completely... I'm not even a technophobe. I love technology, but why can't I make this work? LL Todkin Vamp. He's a terrible vamp.
Have you got a second character in there?
I do, thank you.
I feel like I'm doing website reviews with my mum.
Is it not secure because I'm typing it wrong? That may be the problem. Sorry, Justin. Oh, no, I don't know. I'm getting the same problem here, but it could just be me. Check your SSLs. It could be my fault, though. Sorry about the very loud motorbikes going past. So, Louisa, we have L&L Photography. So I'm going to assume it's 2 of you. Yeah, I've got Lee and Lou. It doesn't tell me immediately what you do. It says photography, and we've got some wedding pictures coming up here, so that's good. I feel like something about it is, it feels a little dated to me, to be completely honest. Like the way that the photos cut between each picture, it kind of slides in a slightly sort of, kind of, I hate to say it, but kind of gimmicky way. Like they're all sliding in a different way. The logo feels quite corporate to me. I like your colours. I love the purple and grey, but it does feel a little bit corporate. We've got a comment coming through there. I just heard a pop, just in case it was you, Louisa. I'll have a quick check on the comments. It's yes. Thank you. Yeah, I really like the colours you've gone for. I honestly think, just from this first impression here, that maybe an update in template would be good. Just to have something a bit more modern. So yeah, we've got some good menu items here. We've got who you are and everything. Great. We've got a nice slideshow. So if I slide through these, will it? Yeah, it's going through. So we've got nice romantic couples shots. Beautiful photo that is. So it's all sort of couples shots. The slide is distracting from the actual photos. So definitely all couples photos. Nothing really, apart from the confetti, not much documentary. So Northwest, I don't know what Northwest is, but maybe think about what people are searching and you could put it, oh, you're in England. Do you know what? I assumed Northwest was America.
I thought it might be American as well, actually, when it first came up, because of the style of the shots.
Yeah.
I think it's really interesting how in photography it's almost kind of, it's kind of got an international flavour to it, hasn't it? So you kind of get a sense of the country, and sometimes you're completely wrong.
So interesting. I absolutely thought this was America. That's so odd. So I would have, I guess, your Northwest, Lancashire, Cheshire, Lakes, Manchester. Think about what people are searching for. Are they searching for Manchester wedding photographer or Lancashire wedding photographer? And maybe a little descriptive word in there as well. So, a Lancashire, a relaxed Lancashire wedding photographer immediately tells me what kind of place we're in, where we're at with this. Like, am I in the right place, basically? Is this what I'm looking for?
Yeah, that would have been my first comment as well, I think. As soon as we scrolled down, the first thing I wanted to see was, what kind of photographer are you? And actually, we can see that kind of down here.
Yeah.
But it is hidden away in that smaller text. So I would, just add it to the heading 1 there.
Yeah. You have said here, we're not really documentary, which is great. That's fine. And that means I've absolutely nailed what you're all about, which is what you want. You want people to come here and be like, oh, okay, we'll get some really great couples portraits. And they will. So you've been completely on it with that. We capture your love story is nice. Cool. A whole load of fun. Great. And it says, think of us being approachable and friendly and fun. I kind of want to get to know you now. So again, an About Us button would be really good there, just to click us on. This seems to be the same photos as the slideshow, so I'd rather see some different photos at this point. There isn't a call to action at all on the homepage. We have to work out where to go next ourselves. So I'd like to see at the very least a big button saying go here next.
Yeah, that's the big one for you.
Yeah.
Implement that today if you can with your template.
Yeah, tell us where to go and talk about your work and talk about these beautiful portraits that you do as well. Talk about how you make people feel relaxed for these gorgeous portraits. Hope that was helpful for you. Now, through my magic list of people. So, we've got so many of you. Oh, wow. So many. Oh, I remember Kathy popped up in the chat earlier. Let's go to Kathy's website. Todd can vamp. I will work out how to do this one day. I said Todd can vamp. So
guys,
I'm guessing you're in DE, Germany, right? DE.
Yeah.
I mean, you think Denmark and Holland are the same country? Denmark and Netherlands are the same country. So. Right. So let's have a look. Let's get this shared. Hopefully you can see that. There we go. Oh, Louisa says there's a contact us in the text. I definitely didn't see that. If we don't see that, they won't see that. So you definitely want to put that in.
This is why it's so great to get eyes on your website, because it's so easy to miss stuff.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Sophie's joined us. Hello.
Especially when you've been working on something for a while, you can just miss the most obvious things.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Kathy. Let's get the translator. There we go. So it's all translated so we can read it. So this is very elegant, I would say. It's definitely wedding photography. I'd say almost magazine wedding photography, the way you've done the lighting on this groom here, the sort of photos that you've chosen.
So it's the little touches, I think. First of all, it's the fonts that give that impression and the colour scheme. Is it kind of black and gold?
Yeah.
And also, I mean, that ties in really well with the pictures here because we've got the kind of gold frame behind the guy and the classic wedding dresses. So it all seems kind of a piece, doesn't it? So
yeah,
that's really good.
It fits. And it's interesting how you've done it this way, where we can see 5 photos and they're all portrait orientation, which I never shoot. So that's another thing that's very clear about your style and quite different, actually. We've got really good menu items up here, so that's great. I love the little bird logo. Hey, everyone loves the bird logo. Oh, I love it. So it's very elegant. I'm definitely getting that stylish, timeless, exclusive. We're getting that vibe, so that's great. Love the picture of you. You're looking through a wedding album, so that's really sweet. I like the way it's laid out. We've got a really good button here. I'm going to guess the translation isn't amazing into English because it's just Google doing it. So you're a wedding photographer, a photographer for exclusive wedding reports, it says. You look for special locations. Great. So honestly, I would expect to find high prices. I would expect you to be expensive. And if you're not expensive, I would actually be disappointed. I would think, what's wrong? You feel like you're expensive, you come across that way, and if you're not, then I think something's amiss. So definitely make sure you're charging enough to sort of match this style that we've got here. So we've got lots of good buttons here as well. I would say maybe a portrait photo here of a couple would be better than a ring, just because faces make us feel something. This testimonial's amazing. My husband enjoyed the shoot. It makes it sound like she hated it. It makes it sound like she was like, I didn't like it, but my husband did. It could just be the translation there. I'd say this could probably be shortened, this testimonial, just so we can sort of skim past it really quickly. But it's good that we've got these testimonials. Testimonials are so important for the homepage.
Yeah, the normal body font is quite small on our screen, so I'd say maybe enlarge that a couple of points.
Yeah, a little hard to read. So I think this whole testimonial section could be bigger, wider. At the moment, it's quite small on the page.
You want to be aiming for about 16 points to 18 points or thereabouts for body text.
Yeah. So we've got featured on badges, which is great. There's only a couple on there, so I'd rather see a few more. I wonder if you can get some features while we're in this lockdown. You can go through some old weddings, send them off to the blogs, and see what you can get featured and get some more badges on there. Of course, we've got a contact page at the bottom, so it makes it super easy. Really nice. Yeah, I think you've done a really good job. You've said where you are. You've introduced us to you. Yeah, lovely. Really, really elegant. And hopefully with the way we've seen it, the way we described it is accurate. So, next. Let's have a look at, we've got Alexandria here. Hope you're still here. So it's wedding photography-AH. Interesting. So caveman style the way I'm doing this. I've done a typo in there too. Right. Share this screen. Here she is. Okay, so this is your homepage. It's got a lot going on, and it's kind of an old-fashioned, everything on the side kind of a layout. It's not making the most of the screen. I'm not sure if it's taking a moment to load. These images aren't loading.
Yeah, I think the lack of the full width layout is the first thing that kind of strikes me with this. So I'm wondering if you could just update the template.
Yeah, I think it's quite busy. I think if you're going to do something like this with the menu down the side, I want to see, just a few things. At the moment, it's so hard to know where to go. FAQ and prices, London weddings, Kew Gardens specifically. We've got these random things pulled out here. Client area, other work. There's not really an about or one portfolio. We are all about the single portfolio where we see your best work. So at the moment, I feel like it's making me work too hard to find out what you're about, what you do. if I'm in the right place and where to go next. I don't think we're having a problem with the internet, but these images are kind of loading slowly. And these ones finally have now. So maybe they're a bit big, I'm not sure. So yeah, it honestly looks like the top of a blog post. It looks like we're looking at a blog post slideshow, blog post text, and then we're going through the blog post like this. That's kind of the first impression that I get from this. So I would look at the template you've got, maybe make it more centralized. I love the logo, by the way. It's very Art Deco.
Yeah, it's quite quirky, actually, as well.
Yeah, really cool. But I would definitely have a look at that template and simplify everything, because at the moment it's really hard to know where to go. We've got teensy tiny pictures down here. The font is really hard to read. It's quite small and grey. Yeah, just a little intro to yourself. Like, you've got it down here. Lure us in with something. With all your buttons, lure us in with something interesting. Like, tell us something about you and then find out more.
No, a lot of the time, all you really need to do is just update a template, and suddenly you kind of save yourself a lot of work.
Yeah. Alexandria says, that was my attempt at being clever. So I've got so many comments, you guys. Oh, wow. Right. Alexandria, I hope that helps. I do think we won't go too much further into it because what have I clicked? I'm now watching myself on this thing. Because I think honestly it's a bit of a template thing, and if you change the template, then everything we say will be irrelevant. Lots of lovely comments. Okay, who's next on my list? So, Laurie. Hey, Laurie. You said you've changed a bunch of things. Let's see. So I think your name, Laurie Loves, is really cute. Laurie loves photography. Mm-hmm. Cool, here we are. We gotcha. So, first impressions, I'm going to say it's baby and families. Okay, now we've got weddings. So with this mixture of different genres in the slideshow, it can be confusing. People are like, oh, am I in the right place? They might click off immediately. If the first photo they see is a baby and they're looking for weddings, they're going to go away. So choose your main genre for the homepage. It's fine to have like a landing page from your menu to family photography and things like that, but definitely keep that to one thing.
It looks classy though, like first impressions with the kind of green and the gold and that kind of line drawing logo. It looks high end and classy.
It's really feminine as well, so that will attract. It's definitely going to attract. If you want to tell us in the comments about your ideal client, I'd love to know, because it's definitely going to attract, I think, women who love home decor, flowers, dried flowers, things like that. I hope I'm right there, because it's a strong brand I'm getting. It's just not strong on like what you do. It's not one thing or another. So
I wonder if you should be going all in on weddings on that slideshow at the top. If
yeah,
that's the main thing that you do, and kind of having a landing page or something for those other genres that you work in.
Yeah, weddings are normally the main thing, aren't they? They're normally the sort of main earner and the easiest to book because people come looking for you. Hi, I'm Laurie. Cool. So you sort of introduce yourself as someone who gets it. That's nice. So I don't know about the never felt like work. I consider myself lucky. We see a lot of this in our website reviews. People are like, I'm so lucky to do something I love. And again, it's like, it's coming back to that question, who cares? Like, does your ideal client care that you feel lucky to do this job? Or can we use that space, which is the first thing they read of you and your work? Can we use that space, that real prime real estate, to tell them something important that's going to hook them in and make them think, yes, I'm in the right place. This is exactly the photographer we're looking for. So here we are. We've got this. I mean, honestly, this bottom bit here, if you're going to have nothing else, this bit is the one to keep. You're looking for photography that makes you feel comfortable, more like a friend. You reference friends, and that's really nice. Already we feel like we've got something in common with you. Yeah, and then read more. Maybe you could title that about me, so it's super clear. And maybe a picture of you here would be nice too. I know you've got lovely pictures of you. I've seen them. I just remember Todd made me tea about half an hour ago, and it's going to be disgustingly cold.
Should we go for it at the same
Oh,
time?
it's on the edge. It's on the edge. I was like, I'm thirsty, and I saw this little cup of tea here on the picture.
I'm glad we're only in a small thumbnail box at the moment, so you can't see our reactions.
To the disgusting cold tea. So we've now thrown in personal branding as well, which is definitely an entirely different client. So this might put off wedding couples. The wedding stuff might put off personal branding people. I would honestly keep the homepage to one thing, because it's then like, what testimonial do you put up? Do you put a wedding one, a portrait one, a branding one? So be really clear on your homepage of your main thing that you do, and have landing pages for the other things. But otherwise, it's got really, really nice branding. It's really sweet.
I like that you have keeping calm during lockdown in the blog, because that makes it instantly look up to date.
Yeah. So Laurie has not, from what I can see, has not commented on ideal clients. So I'd be interested to know. Alexandria says she loves the colours. Yeah, they're very, very pretty colours. I kind of imagine going to like a flower shop or a candle shop or something, a home decor with all the lovely linens and stuff. So write up your ideal client if you haven't already got one, because I think that will definitely help as well. Hey! Here we are with our disgusting cold teas. Now, who is next? We've got so many lovely comments from you guys. Oh my goodness. We're probably going to be here longer than our time promised. We've got Lloyd Richards Photography. If anyone here has used Ecamm and knows how to click a link within it, that would be great. Look, Lloyd Richards Photography. .co.uk. Your name is familiar. Have we seen your website before? What have I typed wrong? Lloyd? No, I got the... Yeah, there we go. Here we go. So, Cardiff. That's good to know. Like, immediately we know where you are. It's clear you do wedding photography, which is great. You've got that you're limited for next year, which is the scarcity thing can work quite well with people. I feel like the website maybe is like a Zenfolio site or something. It doesn't have that sort of fresh, modern feel of a normal website template that's just for websites. It feels, because it's got the heart and stuff like that, feels like potentially it's a client gallery website. Let me know if I'm wrong.
What pops out to me is that it's obviously weddings, because you've got Wedding Photographer Cardiff, but in the menu you've actually got kind of equal weight to weddings and portraits.
Yeah. Hopefully the homepage is all weddings, because I think it's just easier for the user when it's clear you do that one thing mainly. Hi, I'm Lloyd, full-time wedding photographer. Okay, so for me, this isn't telling me anything super unique to you. I want to know what's different about you. And a photo of you, as we keep saying, we love seeing people's faces, so a photo of you would be really nice here. Just to make it a bit more personal and just to make you stand out from everybody else, because at the moment we've got these lovely photos, so that's always good. But we want more. So this is a really easy to use slideshow. I would probably lose the watermarks on each photo. It looks like quite traditional photography to me, just with all sort of group photos and things like that. And the logo for me is quite traditional as well.
I think I'd maybe pop an extra photo in between those two, so you don't have two that are super similar next to each other.
Todd, what's missing from the menu?
A contact button.
Put a contact button in there. A lot of photographers are like, oh, but it's at the bottom of the page. Oh, but it's here, it's there, and I want them to find it. But actually, if someone can't find a really easy way to get in contact with you, they're just going to disappear. I see you've got the little chat thing down here, but that is not enough for people to be clear. People look to the top corner for the contact button. I know you've got it here. Honestly, just put it in that menu. It will. You just anything you can do to not frustrate people.
Make it super easy.
Yeah. So I'd like it if we could get rid of this inquire now thing at the top, just so we can get a sort of wider view of your website. I like the orange and blue you've gone for. It's quite bold and different. I wonder if there's more you can do. More you can do with those colours. Maybe some flashes of some sort of branding, some sort of graphics. I do a lot in Canva. I make a lot of things in Canva.
Anna is addicted to Canva.
I am. So you can make a little background here that's like pattern in orange and blue or something perhaps. So I think I want to see more you, more personality, a bit more something to grab me. What's different about you? That's the main thing on this one, I would say. I hope that was helpful. Laurie has said she's struggling with her ideal client. Spot on. Let's see, I can actually... Here we are. An attractive woman who are a little bohemian, effortless and chic, keeping the guys in mind and not being trying to be too girly. So the first thing I did think was actually it was quite feminine. It's not like super girly.
No, I liked it.
Yeah, there you go.
I think the colour scheme was actually the same as my shirt, so I approve.
That's true. You're welcome, Lloyd. Yeah, I'm glad I got the ideal client spot on. That's really helpful. Really, I like to know that it's nice when it works like that. When we know who it is without even asking.
Is so important. Like it maybe sounds sometimes a bit wishy-washy, like, oh, why do I really need that? But if you can zero in on exactly who you want to draw in, there are so many ways that you can then make that happen. But it all starts with knowing who that person is.
Typing in my next one. We've got Nicola Mackerel. .co.uk. Now, here we go. Share the screen. Awesome. This is so standout. It's so unique. It's really brave. And I really commend people being brave in their businesses so much.
I think this is the first full screen image that we've had in this selection, and it is really impactful because of that.
Yeah, it is. And do you know what? The photo you've chosen is so perfect. Honestly, it's exactly what we do. I mean, we're writing this course, as you guys know, and one of the modules is all about being Marmite and polarizing and making people hate you and making people love you. And this is so polarizing. People will come to this and go, what on earth is this? This is not wedding photography. But your ideal client will go, yes, fate, yes, we found the one. And that's what you want. And everyone wants that. You really want to just, whoever your ideal client is, you want them to go, yes, this is it. This is the one. And I think this is just a really, really fab first impression. It doesn't even say wedding photography, and it almost doesn't need to. She's laying there in a wedding dress.
So the first thing that stands out to me here is the kind of messy background, but in a really good way, because it makes it look really informal without you having to even use the word informal. So you look at this and you think it's going to be relaxed and laid back.
That's it. You don't even need a tagline. Look at this great branding. There's the cat. Hello. Oh. Cats always work. I love the branding. It feels like when you go into someone's house and they've done it up kind of like 60s, you know? Like these like home decor people who are really into like a certain decade. It reminds me of that. Like you go in and they've got really cool like armchair and cushions and stuff. I mean, it's really, really good. It's great. We've got quite a busy opening section. It's like, where do we go? Where do we click? Where do we read? We've got a comment. Just have a look. Oh, is it Edwin? First, let me know if I'm saying that correctly. I'll get to you, Edwin. Don't worry. Welcome to the home of fresh, relaxed, and down-to-earth documentary wedding photography. Who wants to be dull and stuffy? Exactly. I kind of think, though, that this photo was so bold and spoke so many words without needing words that having all these words and all this busyness here, I'd almost go as far as to say, like, keep it a little bit more, like, edgy and, like, hey, work out what I'm about. Like, perhaps if we get rid of, if we move the picture with you and the cat to perhaps above and make it a full line, and then the stuff below, just to pull it out a bit more, just to give it some breathing space. Again here, so your text is all sort of in one big lump, so I'd like to see if I'm reading off of here now. I'd like to see that separated out a little bit, little headings, subheadings. See if I'm free. That's great. That's a really nice contact button. I like the way this is laid out. I wouldn't mind these testimonials being shorter with bigger text, but it's really, really nicely done.
Yeah, generally, I think on this page, a larger standard font would be great.
Yeah, I think it's funny. It's the text that's letting it down. It's the way the text is laid out. It's like everything else has been really, really well thought through, but the text, the actual font, the way it's all laid out is the thing that hasn't been so thought through. But I mean, God, like you're going to get people coming to your website and being like, "Yes, this is the one." So it's really fabulous, really, really good. Love it. So, Edwin, let me find your URL. Am I saying it wrong? That's the main thing. So, Plush Photography. Plush Photography. .com.sg. Is that Singapore? It's got to be Singapore, right? So it's all black. I'm going to shut some of the other ones down in case they're slowing this down. Cool. Very classy. Very quiet and beautiful. Oh, we've got a chat box. Okay, so the classiness is gone. I was feeling like magazine vibes, super classy photo, super classy vibe. But then the chat box kind of took that away. It interrupted my serene feeling. It looks like it's all shot on film. Yeah, I would definitely. I said, you're right. Yes, it's Edwin. Excellent. I would definitely look at getting rid of that chat box, just because it just doesn't fit in with your brand. It doesn't.
I wonder if the logo fits in with the brand as well. I feel like the logo is quite kind of contemporary and modern, and the photography looks a little more classic to me.
It looks really film-like. Yeah, I wonder if there's something you could do that's a bit more classic, like just a simple black font or something. The word photography is so small and pale that we can't read it either. And it's not clearly wedding photography. It doesn't say wedding photography. Hello, I'm assuming is about. Yeah, so people might not know that hello is about. So it's probably worth just putting about on there. And the menu is a little bit hard to read with the photos sort of overlapping, but it's the second full screen slideshow that we've had. Let's see our comments. He says yes. I can't remember what the question was. So photos magical, takes us back to. So the first thing we read is kind of a quote from nobody. It's a little bit small, and it's kind of jarring for me to like try to like squint and read what that was. Whereas I'd kind of rather get straight into it. I feel like saying Ed's approach is a little bit early. We have no introduction to you here. So I'd rather it said, you know, where you're located, wedding photography, or something descriptive about your photography.
Yeah, see if you can describe your work in, you know, 1 or 2 words and put it up there.
So I think the language does definitely fit with the sort of photography and all the branding that we've seen, like, you know, talking about being intentional and authentic. It fits the same vibe. I like the way you've done italicized words. That definitely makes them stand out. Quietly witnessing, joy. Those words all really work with your photos. Your photos are absolutely beautiful. Look how stunning and film-like they are. You've got a really, really defined style, so that's nice. I feel like capturing the quiet feels a bit random on there, though. Kind of like touching the bottom, and I'm not really sure what that is.
I actually quite like that as a potential opener, though. I think that would be really unusual.
Oh, yeah, here, capturing the quiet. Yeah, unusual for sure. If you're not relying on Google, then something a bit more obscure can be really good. I like the way this is laid out. So you've got family as well. Weddings, couples, family. Okay, yeah, it's nicely done. On the blog. So we kind of got a lot of family type stuff on here. I'd rather see more about weddings. They're probably the bigger, I mean, for most of us, they're the thing that we book the most. Intentional, authentic, intimate. Okay, so a clearer call to action, maybe at the bottom, like go to the portfolio or something, would be really good. But overall, yeah, I hope we've got the right sort of first impression that you're going for there, because I think it's quite a clear style there. Taking notes. Just having a little read of your comments. Cool. Ah, Paloma. We have Paloma. Paloma lives near me. That sounded really patronising, didn't it? Why did I'm trying to type and talk at the same time. So Paloma's near Brighton, just like me. So this is quite fun. We've not met yet, I don't think. So
the double exposure stood out to me straight away because that's quite unusual.
I didn't spot that. I was too busy looking at the lovely leaf.
Can we scroll back?
I'm not sure. Yeah, it's not really any sort of...
there it is. Yeah, there's a big arrow.
Where? How can I not see this?
You moused over the...
Oh, yeah. Maybe make the arrows like on the outside of the pictures so we can see them.
And some prisming, it looks like, in that shot as well.
Yeah, you've gone for a really kind of Vegas vibe with it all, which is quite cool. I don't think it immediately says Brighton to me, which I think people in Brighton do love. The logo's fab. I really like all these watercolour cheese and fern leaves. The colours are just gorgeous. It's very feminine. It's very, very thought through, which is nice. The photos are kind of random. So we've got a cityscape here. We had a family. We've got some weddings. I'd rather just see, like, keep it on topic, keep it on one genre.
Definitely.
Yeah, really think hard about it. I mean, this is the first impression people get, and you want it to be super, super clear. So we've got a baby in front of graffiti. We've got a cityscape. We've got another baby, a couple, another couple. So maybe there's not really weddings in here at all. Yes, we've got some weddings. So that's the thing. So I know you do weddings because I've referred you for weddings in Brighton before. So I think if I was one of the couples who I'd sent your website to because they're looking for a wedding photographer, I would want to see just weddings on this slideshow. So I would be careful about calling it Let's Chat and things like that, just because you want it to be super obvious that it's the contact button. Love this picture. Love the way it's laid out. Love all the colours. You talk about yourself really well. You've got a get in touch button. Maybe too soon for get in touch. Maybe it could be an about me button.
It's awesome that your hair matches the actual colour of the section that your photo is in.
That is so true. Oh my god, you gotta
Nice
get your hair done in like different pinks and purples and do it like another section in those colours. Live the brand. We're all about live the brand. So again, we've got I love weddings and what you love about it. So maybe bring it back to what they are looking for rather than what you're looking for. And also the sort of look at the images in 10 years time. We've read that quite a lot. So again, what's different about you? Because honestly, the branding is so unique that I kind of want to know more about you and to know what's unique about you. I would keep the homepage on weddings.
Looks like your Instagram feed might have been broken there as well.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know if that's just our page hasn't loaded, but maybe check that one out. Yeah, that double exposure there is really unusual and did grab my attention straight away.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, very nice photos. Yeah, I definitely want to keep that to weddings on the homepage. But I love the branding so much.
It's worth remembering, I think, that sometimes people booking a wedding photographer, they won't have seen a double exposure before. As photographers, we're pretty familiar with it, but it might be the first time that they've seen something like that. So if you've got something, a cool shot like that you can show off, get it up there.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have Lee Allison. I've met Lee. We went to our friend Matt's 30th birthday in Berlin, actually. We had a really good fun time taking pictures and playing drinking games. So, first impression, I'll get rid of this little cookies thing here. First impression, happy, quite dark edit. So I'm getting kind of a city London kind of vibe, urban, trendy. Let us know if we're on the mark with that, if you're in here. Because, yeah, that's definitely a strong vibe I'm getting.
Is that a broken button there?
It looks like it, yeah. Doesn't actually seem to click to anywhere. I'm going to refresh that and see if it comes up. Because, yeah, I think it's just a beige square. So, yeah, definitely have something in there. Yeah, nice choice of photos. I don't know if I can actually scroll. Oh, I can. If I grab it and swoosh it across, I can. So maybe it could be a more user-friendly way of going through photos. So I've got to do 3 fingers. I love this one. I've definitely got like a rich, trendy London kids kind of a vibe. So let me know if that's accurate for your ideal client. Good. Wedding photographer for Wanderlust couples. So that really, I mean, the fact that you got destination weddings in the top as well really says to me that you do weddings abroad. Willing to travel. There he is. Lovely photo of you. A little picture. A bit about you. Actually, no, it's not about you. So I'd like to know a little bit about you, just a little bit, for something you love, things that you're into. Because it says more about me, but this isn't about you. It's just kind of more about your wedding photography, which is fine. We want to get to know you as well. I like the colour. The sort of grey blue is really nice and classy. Yeah, it takes us to some good places, good buttons. I love the layout. It's really nicely done. Very, very... I feel like you're going to get like the rich couples on a boat type of weddings. Nice testimonial. It's pretty good. That's really nice. Yeah, let's see if we're accurate on that ideal client, because it's definitely going to speak to those sorts of people and fix up that button for sure. Okay. Any new comments? Random just like me, says Paloma. Excellent. That's the thing. You've got to live the brand, haven't you? You've got to just be what your brand is. We do. We absolutely do. Our whole flat looks exactly like our website. Which came first? So Holly, are you still here? We're going to have a quick look at your website, Holly. Let's have a quick pop into the comments here. Anything new? Excellent. Right, so I feel like this is all quite small and narrow. I really want to see things wider and take up a bit more space here. We've got an awful lot of white space. I love the rainbow logo. The sort of gradient rainbow logo is really nice. So wedding photographer, portrait photographer.
Yeah, great colours in that.
Yeah. I'd consider just saying wedding photographer on here and having like a portrait photographer drop down. It's quite a lot of stuff under here. I would maybe cut down this menu a little bit. Just like take out workshops and things like that, unless you're teaching them. I don't know. Quite a lot of stuff. FAQ can go on the pricing page, for example. You've got reviews all over the website, which is good. Well, you've got them on these images, which is nice. Nicely done. Just I'd love to see it bigger.
Yeah, combining the testimonials with the photos like that is a great idea, because then you almost can't help but see the testimonials.
Exactly. Really nice. So we've got quite like party photos, happy, bit of portraits, bit of silliness. Quite a dark edit as well. Similar to Lee's, I would say.
Photographing people, not poses, is a nice tagline.
Yeah, I like that. So we've got these social links straight after, like right up the top. So I'd move those social links down to the bottom, just because you don't really want people going off to Facebook or Instagram straight away, unless it's where your main portfolio lives. Cool. This is a really nice opener, really different, really grabs you.
We were Skyping a couple last night, and they really wanted a book. And they said the only kind of thing they had in the back of their mind was, we have a load of kind of really fun, big expressions and silly faces on our website. And they said, we're not sure if that's us. We're not sure if we could do that. So it's always worth thinking when you put together your slideshow, are you going to put people off if you choose anyone that's too put together or too silly? And maybe you want to.
Yeah, it was weird because they felt like they weren't silly enough for our photos. And we had to explain to them that our couples aren't really that silly. It's just that we help them feel relaxed, and they loved that. But it was a concern of theirs, wasn't it? It was so strange that they were worried they weren't silly enough.
Yeah, and what we actually said to them was pretty close to being, we photograph people, not poses.
Yeah, exactly. Just realised the logo is right over our faces. There we go. You can see our lovely faces now. Yeah, that's exactly it. So it's nice that you say that. That's really, really good. Great photos. That's stunning. So Holly is here, by the way. I saw her pop up and say hey.
Hey, Holly.
Don't be scared. So I think this is a really powerful opener, but we've got kind of 2 call to actions underneath, which makes it kind of waters down the impact of, are you ready? Yeah, let's do it. Okay, go here or here. So I would just have, I feel like let's talk works best with what you've got, although it may be a bit too soon. But more about weddings isn't impactful enough for what you've written here.
Yeah, we've actually seen the multiple calls to action next to each other a couple of times today. And I'm a big fan of just picking the one that you think is most important at that juncture. So maybe show them more weddings at this point, because it's a little bit early to talk.
I would, but maybe rename it something, reword that button. Just check out the photos or something in the same tone that you've done before. Amazing photo. It shows you're a little bit mad.
I'm wondering if you photoshopped that or if you're actually stood behind the mug.
I think she's actually stood behind it. Let us know. Great, we've got all these things. This is really nice the way you've written it. I feel like maybe this could be laid out a bit nicer with the two of you. And also, I feel like, who's Lana now?
Yeah, that was my first thought, actually. Sorry, Lana, if you're watching.
So it's two photographers and you come to the weddings together, but I feel like that wasn't...
Yeah, so I think the typical journey when you're scrolling through a site is to kind of quickly scroll down and look at the headings and the big text. So if you're going to drop something big, like there are two photographers, have that in the big text near the top as well.
It's a real selling point. So I want to know now what you both bring to a wedding, why it's better to have both of you. And also going to about pages for separate people. I'd kind of rather see one about page with both of you on there, to be honest.
Definitely.
It feels more like a team then. Otherwise, having two about pages feels like she's an associate. So there's a bit of a disconnect there.
It's kind of like, I think, everyone's time is valuable. So while we're looking for a wedding photographer, we kind of just like to read about both of you and the whole experience rather than maybe separately, if that makes sense.
So I love this photo. I see that it's just a wedding shoot, as in probably not a real wedding, maybe a styled shoot. But actually, I don't know if I'm wrong, but it looks like a genuine wedding photo. And it's so colourful and so happy. I'd want to see that in the slideshow at the top. I feel like the homepage just kind of goes on to a bit of it looks like a blog now. It just looks like we've stumbled upon the blog. So definitely I want a more powerful ending to this page. It kind of, what's the word? It doesn't have an impactful end. It kind of just fizzles out. So I want the homepage to be a bit more solid, a bit more tight. Should we do one more?
Yeah.
Who's after Holly? Anya. Now, Anya, I think I did your website. One of the first ones I did. If it's the same Anya. Because that was years ago. Let's have a look. I think I did, yeah. Aww. Okay, so the big orange button's a bit distracting. It's kind of the first thing I saw, and I was down there because I was down there clicking away a thing, and it kind of made me just look at that. Again, a very similar...
I love that lens flare in that last shot, but one before this.
That one?
Yeah, the background's gorgeous.
These are all gorgeous. I'm getting the same sort of editing vibes as Holly and Lee. Kind of dark, quite a classy look. Very beautiful. You're welcome, Holly. Oh, hey, she's ages ago. It was so long ago. I hope it was helpful for you. I can see this is a pretty tight homepage. You've got quite a nice sort of slightly urban feel to these photos. Let me know if I'm wrong on that ideal client there. Lindsay, I did you first. I've just seen your comment. You were first. Watch the replay. Natural and romantic for relaxed and fun-loving couples.
So cool. Is that you or a wedding in the circle?
I'd love to see a picture of you because when it's in a circle, it's like that's how a profile picture looks.
Yeah, I'd expect to see you there, I think.
We've got two competing headlines. They're the same font, same size. So I would put Wedding Photographer Northamptonshire in a different font so it has less weight than the one above. Cool. So it's got a little bit about you, which is nice. Plant and animal lover, lovely. I feel like there's a lot of stuff going on. There's different fonts, different sizes, different boldness, different styles. There's bullet points. Yeah, there's a lot going on here, and I wonder if it could be laid out maybe a bit more like where we had Nicola's in those sort of boxes and things like that. Just to make it look a little bit easier to read. And also, I don't know about emojis. Like, your website looks really, really classy. These photos are super classy, but having the emoji kind of doesn't fit with that. And I'm also not a fan of inline links. I prefer a big button that's like, go here. I'm skipping ahead. As for the logo, it's nice and it's classy, it's sweet. I think it's really nice. It's a lovely font. If you're wanting a font-based logo, I think it's a really lovely font, and I like the colour you've gone for. Good menu structure. Got your lovely badges. Recent work. Cool. This is really, really lovely. Really nicely done. Picture of you there for sure, though. Let's have a look at our comments. I think you were first. Oh, maybe Lindsay was second then. Emma, did we have you? Did we do you? Did we do Emma's one? What was your URL, Emma? I'm looking through the comments on my phone and I may have missed you, Emma. Let's have a look. Ooh, okay. Quick last one, Emma. Let's watch our faces while I type in. I hope that was helpful, Anya. Emma Hillier. Photography.com. She said it's be kind, it's a work in progress.
Oh, we're always kind.
I like to think so. I'd like to think more than anything we're helpful. I hope so.
Oh yeah, we definitely did this one.
Oh, we did, yeah. Yeah, with the super colourful photos. Yeah, we've seen yours. That's right, Emma. Oh, okay. We'll leave it there because it's going to get super long for everybody. But we do website reviews. So if you guys want to book in for a website review, this was like super, super mini, super quick. They're normally about half an hour. You did me instead of Lindsay. Wait. Lindsay, I'm sure I did it. Emma, did I call you Lindsay the entire time? Lindsay, what's your URL? LNZ photo. Emma, did I call you Lindsay? Is that what I actually did? For real, I did, didn't I? That is awful.
But very representative of Anna.
Oh God. I'm gonna have a quick look at Lindsay's one. I'm so sorry. I thought I had done yours. Let's have a look.
You guys
Stick
are getting
around.
the authentic Anna experience. Right.
Oh dear. Right. Is it Linz or Lindsay? Andy says, thanks so much for taking time. Lots of notes. Excellent. Excellent. That's really good to hear. So, Lindsay, right, we've got a lot of different things going on in the menu. So we've got wedding, family, pets, dogs.
Pets and dogs was actually the first thing that stood out to me.
Me too. I noticed it.
Actually, I feel like it's almost a case, because I'm really like totally an animal person. If I saw that the photographer did pets and dogs as well, that might swing it for me.
Interesting.
Normally I say, niche down and just do one thing, but I guess if you share a passion, that could be a real selling point. So it's an interesting one.
I think if you're I would definitely try to get one genre on the slideshow, but if you can get wedding photos, if weddings is your main thing, if you can get wedding photos with dogs in, then, you're winning.
I can't read the logo because it's really small and there's some text in it, I think.
Yeah, it's really photography by Lindsay Robertson. So, yeah, definitely look at that logo and make it clearer.
I didn't want to lean in because I knew you'd be able to see up my nose.
There's quite a lot going on up top here. I'd maybe lose the green bar and just have, the clean white top, because they can get in touch with this contact button. Oh, super cute dog photos. So natural, warm, heartfelt photography for people with big hearts. It doesn't say quite... I feel like when you address like wedding, family, pet, it's really hard to talk about how you work because it's such different clients. So I would think about focusing on weddings, or whichever one is your favourite. Focus on that on the homepage, as we've said. There's not really an intro.
I think it's a bit early for that get in touch button in the green there.
Yeah.
And I'd like it if that pointed us to something like the about page instead. You've already got that call to action in the menu and above, so we can get in touch if we need to.
So Lindsay, what is it that's your dream? Is it dogs at weddings? I love dogs at weddings. Let us know. I would say I'd rather open with this section here, with your lovely face. It's got
Definitely.
great things about you. This is really nice. And so it's things like, I don't want you to worry about saying cheese, but then you do dog photos so the dog doesn't say cheese. It's like, who are you talking to? So I would think about your ideal client, think about your main type of photography that you do. I would put this up top, definitely, because I'd rather open with that. At the moment, I feel like we've got 2 intros, this one and this one.
I love that you're wearing the exact colours of your website.
You actually are! That's amazing.
Living the brand.
Totally. I'm all about that. All about living the brand. Really nice. I love the giant dog bed thing. Like, we've got a proper dog person. I really want to see a picture with you and your dog cuddling in that photo, though, because I feel like you're all about the dogs. Yeah, she says dogs at weddings. Exactly. That is the dream. We had a few dogs at weddings in the thread the other day, the dog thread. So have a look at that to get your fill. So yeah, I feel like the message is watered down. That's the main thing here. I feel like... Oh, we did a wedding at Toowoombarry Farm, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
I thought you were in Australia for some reason. I always have. Whenever I see your name pop up in all the Facebook groups, I thought you were in Australia. I think it's the name Lynn's. It feels Australian. Yeah, I feel like a stronger message here. Dogs at weddings. If you can get pictures of dogs at weddings, be the dogs at weddings person. I feel like the logo, everything could have a bit more strength of brand, strength of message. Think really hard about what it is you want to achieve, what kind of client you want to attract, exactly what you want to do, and then just be really, really strong with that message, because you can have a landing page for pets and dogs for people who are searching for it, or when you advertise for it, you can send them there. Same with family. So think about your main genre, and go from there. Was that helpful? I hope it was helpful. So, Kimmy says, how much are full website reviews? So full website reviews about half an hour. We dig into the entire website. So we go through the whole homepage. We go through all the main pages, all the way to the contact page. We fill in the contact form. And reviews are £150. We are doing a 10% discount if you guys would like to book. Special for you guys on the call. If you just type in the code IKICKASS, all one word, ass with the American spelling. So then you can book in your website reviews. So do go ahead and do that. We'd love to help you out. Oh, you're so welcome. Whoever you are. Oh, Alexandria.
Nice.
Oh, I really hope that was helpful for everybody, even if your website didn't get picked, because as you can see, we kind of see the same things a lot. And even though everyone's website's different and we want them all to be different, we do have the same things come up that you can do in your own way. And the main one is be really strong with your brand, be really strong with your values, what you do, who your ideal client is. Once you've got that foundation of who your ideal client is and who you are and what you do, everything's so much easier. Choosing photos, what you write, who you're addressing, it's all so much easier. So that's the main thing. I want to come on there and get a really, really strong message from you and just feel like, yes, I'm in the right place. And that's what we mainly look for in these websites. So Lindsay says, thank you. I think I know that. Let's have a look. Gone back and forth between weddings as main and back to everything, but I know what to do now. Yeah, that's it. I feel like weddings are kind of the biggest seller. They're easier to sell. So people who do all the things, it's easier to focus on weddings. People come to you, they come to your homepage, whereas you can send people to the other types of photography pages when you do an advert or when you're being recommended. So yeah, I hope that was really helpful for everybody. Don't forget, book in your review. It's 10% off with the code IKICKASS. Yeah, I hope that was really useful for you, and it was really nice hanging out with everybody. Thanks so much for coming, everyone.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Bye.